this is Kagi, and welcome to episode... Hey!
How's it going?
He's home. Yes. Those of you that are new to watching me, this is Sarge. He used to record with me when I did audio. And he's been gone for...
8 months.
Yeah, 8 months together, but a total of 20
total.
months total. And
COVID was a long tour.
I moved across across a few states from Michigan to South Dakota while he was gone, and now he's living in our itty bitty home.
I screwed up your episode number. Sorry.
That's okay. I always say I'm going to put it down here because I don't remember the number. And I no longer do show notes, so what you get is what you get.
Wonderful day.
I throw in anything I think is important. Today I am drinking Ace Pineapple Craft Cider.
She's day drinking.
I am day drinking. You know what? That's okay. It's a Sunday. And you're getting ready to go out and...
string Christmas lights on the house.
hang the Christmas lights.
Yeah, so if you hear a door open and close, that's just me.
Yep.
If you hear miscellaneous screaming and a loud thump, pay no attention to it.
Yep. So he'll put on hats and scarves and all the woolly stuff when he goes to go out.
Because it's what, 20 degrees and 60-mile-an-hour winds out there?
Just about. Yep.
South Dakota's pretty much South Canada.
South Canada. So, before we start the knitting stuff, because you're going to get out of here for that part, we have been doing some Advents.
We have.
And I have my Advents, and he has his. Today is December 5th, so we still have to open day 5. We're not going to open it on air.
Wonderful.
But we'll talk about your Advents real quick, and then I'll get into mine alone. So this one I got from, I think it's called Think Geek. And that is, whoops, things are falling. That is a Star Trek Advent. So the 24 days leading up to Christmas, and this actually has one to open on Christmas.
They're basically little dudes.
So the first one was just a dude. I think it might be Data. And so not sure if you can see him. And then the second one looks like Worf. And he's got the little, what's that called?
Batloth.
Yeah, and they can move. So, didn't know if you noticed that.
Articulated? Yes, I noticed.
And so we have Worf. And then day 3 about Sarge.
This is the best one. I don't know if they can see that, but that's Tribbles.
We got Tribbles.
I sat there laughing for
He
like 5
got
minutes.
Tribbles. So, yep, he got 3 Tribbles.
We put the lid on this so the cats don't carry them off and eat them.
Yes. And then the last one that you opened last night was Riker.
That's what it looks like. I don't know. It's a red shirt.
It looks like Riker. And so he has 25 to open, and we'll get a little case that we can hold them in. But if you hold the bottom box, I'll pull off the top, and I can get the name of who did this. It's right in there. YouGeek. It's YOUGNEEK. And
unique. Get it?
oh, unique.
The G's
Yes.
silent.
And it's on Etsy. And so they put together this for me, and I thought it was really
That's
cool.
pretty slick.
Really cool.
It's cutesy.
So, and of course it says Star Trek Advent Calendar on the front. So that is one of yours. Now you also got a hot sauce Advent that we've already moved into the kitchen.
I'm going to enjoy that thoroughly at work. More to the point, my coworkers are
Can
going
you
to enjoy
set that
it.
over there without
thoroughly.
ruining it? Yeah, there you go. The coworkers. And then from Man Crate, I ordered him a Holy Cow beef jerky Advent.
I need one of these for every month.
It's just a little 2 strips of beef or whatever.
Sometimes it's just one chunk. I mean, it depends on the cut of the meat, because I'm sure it's pretty expensive. So
But
to keep the price down, some of them are like the little tidbits that you can't put in a package.
so you can set that over there. You're really liking that. Last night's was a ginger teriyaki,
I think so.
and you really like that
Yeah,
one.
and I like the garlic one too, whatever
Yeah.
that one was.
So the other thing you and I can talk about together is it is Christmas season, and so we have our Christmas movies that we have been watching.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like a thing.
the first night we watched White Christmas, and it actually isn't my favorite holiday movie. The original movie that came out with the song White Christmas is my favorite movie, and so we'll probably watch that tonight, and that is Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn is the movie that Bing Crosby first sang White Christmas in.
When are we going to watch A Wonderful Life? It's a Wonderful Life.
I have never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
believe you've
Maybe
never
we
seen
need to
that.
watch that tonight.
I watched that in like junior high school and did a report.
And then last night we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with Hermie and Bouncing Bumble and Clarice and all of the Misfit toys.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a picture here that I'll pop in. Where I work, they do Christmas hugely, and they have all of the original Misfit toy light-ups that were from the 70s, I think. They've been relit and all that stuff, but it's really cool, and they have that out. And so we have that to go through. And then Charlie Brown Christmas, we have to do that. I normally like to watch this one on Christmas Eve because of the story that's told in it.
How long is that? Because is that going to chunk into Die Hard and Lethal Weapon?
Well, we haven't gotten to them because those are our favorite. Now, you love Home Alone.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, definitely. The original.
And you really love A Christmas Story.
I can't believe you have this on disc. We can like watch 24 hours of this on one of those TV channels.
And I love watching Polar Express. And you bought me the bell.
You know, you need to make me a pink bunny suit.
The bell is right here. He bought me the bell for Polar Express. Can you reach that? Yep. So there's that. And we went to a tree lighting ceremony here in Rapid City. We went to Storybook Island and we walked around that.
That was pretty cool.
And it was really cool.
I'm a grown-ass man and it was still pretty cool.
And he bought me new gnomes. In fact, this little guy right here and that little guy right there, if you can see him.
No.
Yeah, he can be
maybe.
seen
Yeah, it's
right
behind
there.
me.
Those were two new ones, and then right in front of, right behind Sarge is the Advent gnome, and you want to pull him out. He's huge, and he got me the Advent gnome, and we just take this little snowflake, and put it right in the date, and so he gets moved, and him huge. And as you can see, my tomte wall is up, or tomta, or gnome, however you want to call them.
Don't even know.
And you want new gnomes for outside.
I need sniper gnomes.
Yeah.
It's like a thing.
I'm going to have to find him those. I keep seeing them online, but I haven't ordered them yet. But our favorite movies to watch.
Best Christmas movies ever.
Yes. Number 2 are the Lethal Weapon series. They are Christmas movies. They are based in Christmas time. And then number 1.
The original Die Hard.
Yep. And we have the
No, it does have all of them on there, doesn't
we
it?
have the 4 movie collections of them. And those get watched, all of these get watched right up to Christmas, and then we go into normally Firefly and Serenity for between Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, so we're going to be busy just with fun and mean, it's cold and windy and gonna be snowy, and you can hear Spot. And the cats are getting acclimated to having a man around. I'm getting acclimated to having a man around. And he's getting acclimated to being back with me. I think your favorite part is I'm cooking for you again.
Yep.
Yep. So, yeah. He just wanted to say hi. I'm going to let him get out of here, clean up some stuff real quick, and then I will be right back.
It's snowing. That's snow.
That
Fuck this place.
fluffy fuck is coming down, yes. Okay. So I got him outside now. He's putting up all the Christmas lights. Yeah, it's great to have him back. It is a big change after, 8 months of not being together. It was, as always, a new normal. And yeah, I think the biggest is he's used to having housekeeping. I'm not housekeeping. So amazingly, he's been doing the little things that he wants done, and I've been reaping the rewards, the bed made every day, which I straighten it out, but I don't make it, and things like that. But just having him home again, he's my everything. So yeah, let's get into my Advents. I have a light with a fan above me that I turn on the light. I'm trying to get the fan to stop. It's a little bit burr. But I had gotten the Gnome Home Advent that goes with the Gnome pattern from Imagine Landscapes, I think it is. And I haven't gotten into the Gnome yet. I just haven't gotten that far on knitting. I don't have a ton of knitting time. So that will probably be something that I actually knit over Christmas. But I have opened some of them, and I'm really enjoying it. This came from the Loopy U. So far, spotters, you're not going to sing to your people right now. I have gotten a Loopy U Gnome ruler. And I think that's the only one I was supposed to open, so I'm not going to show the rest because I'm using it like a 12 Days of Christmas, so I'm going to go ahead and open them on my time. So I have that going, and then I have the 12 Days of Harry Potter, a knit and crochet mystery box, and this is from, I know this, Forbidden Fiber Company, and the pattern is going to be a cowl or a scarf, depending on if you want to knit or crochet. But what I will show you is the card that comes with, and it talks about year 3. And year 3, of course, is Prisoner of Azkaban and Sirius and all that good stuff. And this is when this bag I have gotten, which is the Mischief Managed project bag, and a Essentials beeswax candle that's in library scent, and there is a chocolate bar that is a Honeydukes milk chocolate. And then there's a bunch of yarn and a pattern, like I said. So each one comes in this little bag, has a picture of Hogwarts on it, and year 3. And they all say, Mooney, Wormtail, Padfoot, in Prong present the Marauders map. And so that's pretty cool. And So I've been going through that. And then I got an advent calendar from Firefly Notes, which is stitch markers. And of course the squirrel grabbed me. You know how I am with squirrels. My biggest squirrel's outside taking care of the Christmas lights right now. So I have opened up to 4. And I did get the little case that holds all of them. It was an extra cost, but it was worth it. And so I got this little squirrel case that goes with it. And let's see. Day 1 was a squirrel. Day 2 looks like a partridge for the pear tree. Day 3 was the tree. And day 4 was the owl. And so they will all go in this little case. I'm really liking this. It's just a little bit of fun. Now, I also have Advent Sundays. Advent Sundays come from Hobby. And move these over here. For the first Sunday, which was last Sunday, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, we received a Yarn Lovers book, 2 skeins of yarn that is in Tweed Delight, which is 85% wool, 10% acrylic, and 5% viscose. And it is amazingly soft and a wonderful shade of pink with lots of heather. And then we got a snap-on pom-pom that goes with it, and the pattern online for a hat to make this up. Today, oh, and a darning needle. Today, I opened box number 2 for the second Advent Sunday. I haven't made this up, obviously, just haven't had time. So I'm not sure what the pattern is. And let me see if I can look it up real quick before I go forward. The second Sunday of knitting, I don't know if I'll be making these up, but they're kind of cute. But it is, first I'll show you the box. So there is a yarn tote that says Yarn Lover. A skein of yarn in Atlas 7525, fingering weight, looks to be a camouflage. A sweater stone, which I will show you in a moment, and a skein of mohair nylon acrylic Diablo, which I've worked with their Diablo before. And I'm not sure if I showed this hand cream. It smells amazing. It is an apricot kernel and almond oil hand cream. And so that is the box for week 2, the second Sunday of Advent. And I'm keeping the sweater stone out for a few minutes. The pattern that goes with this one You don't have to be part of the Advent to get the pattern, so you can go on to hobby, HOBBII.com, go to their free patterns. And this is called Frig, short socks with ruffles. I'm thinking I'm going to hold them together and probably do a hat. So it'll be a soft fuzzy hat. But I'm just not into ruffled socks. And I already have a pair of socks going, which I will show you in a moment because I have my Advent socks going. And that is by the Cozy Knitter. And this is one of the half skeins. And the other half skein I have going right now. And I'm knitting as I can. I guess you're supposed to pick a pattern and when you have a moment, get it done. I'm not being that adventuresome. I'm knitting as I can. So let's get this to where it's not stuck in the yarn, if I can. Okay, pull that back. There we go. So this is the second half skein. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 24, because it's supposed to be 24 stripes. And so I think I'll do the whole thing, and then I'll pick up something for my toes and heels. Or if it's too long, I'll throw this into the toes and then just split for the heels as an afterthought. Just depends on how I feel like doing it. But it was nice when it was caked up. They did have it marked here, cut here. This is the beginning that you start from. And then I wound them into balls. I am using US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. These are Chiagu double points. And I'm just knitting up a sock. I am using my Bags by Awesome Granny bag and just one of my minis that is able to fit in my purse right now. So again, that's another Advent. It was by Cozy Knitter, and all of these Advents and everything I ordered back June or July area. It might have even been earlier on some of them. I think the latest one I ordered, all of Sarge's were ordered when I found out he was coming home, because I had all of mine and I couldn't be opening without him being here or without him having something to open. So I did go ahead and order those, and they were all really quick. I explained to them that could I get these here before December 1st, and they all came in and it was perfect. It's been a lot of fun. Every night we sit down. Some nights we pop in a movie, sometimes we just watch YouTube. We don't have cable, so we don't have, the TV channels and all that. And we do this, we play cards, we do things like that just to unwind after work. You only have about an hour before, you get ready for bed, because we both get up so early. So we're enjoying our time. Things I have finished. I have a few finished objects that are not holiday related. So let me move all the holiday related. As you can see, there's a pile right there. So, finished. This was in Knitty McPurley in her party time colorway, I think. And this is how it came out. All I didn't follow a pattern. It's kind of like the CC, but I used almost all of the yarn. I didn't even have enough for a pom-pom, and I'm not putting a pom-pom on it. Cast on 72 stitches. Is that inside out? No. Okay. Cast on 72 stitches, did 1x1 ribbing, went into a stockinette, then I did pearls, reverse stockinette, then I did 1x1. Each one in between I did 2 rows of plain knitting, and then again the reverse stockinette, the 1x1, the reverse stockinette, and then instead of cinching it like a lot of patterns say, where you just decrease to half the stitches and then cinch it down, I don't like the way that looks. I did an actual 8-point crown. 72 divided by 8 is 9 stitches, so yeah, it wasn't hard, and I did it down to the point where it's nice and flat. When I wear it, not a huge hat wearer, but I am getting into it because my ears are really cold here. But that's about what it looks like here. It's got a little bit of a slouch, and there you go. I had to pause there. Sorry, Serge needed me for a second. So this hat, I like how it's poofy. If I want to, I can shove all my hair up in there. Yeah, that was really fun, right? And just put it all up in there. And then I don't have to worry about anything and just walk around. So it's comfy, it's wonderful. And because of the warm ears, I'm becoming a hat wearer. I've never been a hat wearer. I always thought the only hat that I looked good in was the Tweedledee, Tweedledum. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no. So, yep. I love the way it came out. And it's nice and comfy. Another finished object that I have is, well, I should talk about the elephant in the room. Lori, my person, knit the Blue Sands. And it's amazing. And I love it. And it was too big for her, and I said, would it fit me? And she said, yep, and it looks like it's made for me. Just love it, and it's like a hug every time I put it on. Not sure what she used. I think it was Mandela, but I'm not sure. And I know I love it, and it's comfy, and I've worn it to work. And I'm wearing it today. It's chilly, so I have it on. The other thing I finished, though, I already told Lori thank you, so that's there. So I finished the Boho infinity scarf, and I didn't do it infinity long. I just did it long enough that if I pop it over, I can kind of fold it down just a little bit, and it'll go right underneath my coat. And there's lots of fringes and lots of fun that is all there. And I'm happy with it. It is, this yarn that I used is extremely rustic. It's not something you want next to Skin Soft. That's why I didn't do it with the big infinity up here to wrap twice around my neck. This is the yarn that I bought when I was in Michigan from Alaska that had the 4 different colors. As you can see, I used all 4. And I held it double. I caked it up, and one from the outside, one from the inside, and crocheted with a 4.5 millimeter or 7.5/0 tulip. And this is a different kind of tulip. It is called, oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it is extremely light, and it does have the hook type, the inline that I like. It isn't like the tooth one that's real sharp. This one's more inline, and I love this style. I'm going to be ordering more of these. They are a little bit expensive. I think I ordered this off Amazon, and it was $11 just for one hook. But I'm really liking them. This one, it has the flat part for your thumb and knitting or crocheting. And it's very, very well made, very soft, and very comfortable in the hand. But this Boho Infinity Cowl I found on Etsy, and I want to say it was $3 for the pattern or something like, might have been $5, not sure. Well written pattern. It has you do half doubles, but because I was already doubling the yarn, which it normally calls for worsted, I held, it was like a sport weight double, which is about a worsted. And I did double crochet and just did it, you know, as big as I wanted it. And I might make a second one and give it to a friend. I really like the pattern. For hers though, I would probably use a softer yarn that didn't have to be this washable, dryable, and something that could be next to skin. So since this one's mine, it didn't have to be next to skin because I don't normally wear things super close to my neck anyways. And I really enjoyed the process of making that. I am not quite done with my rug sweater. You'd think I would be, but other things caught my eye. I have picked up for the second sleeve. I am, let's see, I think that's the back. Yep, that's the back. So I have finished the first sleeve, and I did not do a rolled hem on the bottom. I did go ahead and add the black, and I did seed stitch at the wrist, and it comes right to my bracelet wrist. So it will be about right here, because I figure I'm going to be wearing a long sleeve underneath it anyways. I don't need it too bulky by my wrist. And I am going to go ahead, after trying it on again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to order 2 more skeins of the black, and I am going to continue at the bottom for at least 2 more skeins. That will give me another 5 to 6 inches on the bottom, and I will be happier, and I will do the seed stitch there as well. And when I do this arm, if you notice, I did not do the patterning that's right here on the arm like it calls for. I just did the gray and into the charcoal and into the black. And so hopefully you can see the line deviation on that. I really like the way it's coming out, and I know January, February, I'm going to want to wear this. So I'm very happy with it. I just have this, and then like I said, I'm going to go ahead and unpick this cast off, and I'm going to add 5 to 6 inches, and then do at least the 6 rows of seed that I did on the arm to get it to where it lays flat instead of being rolled. The top, I'm not worried about it being rolled. It will probably be away from my neck a little bit more with that, so I like that. So I am there on that. Again, I am working with Lamb's Pride Bulky or Worsted Held Double. I have done it in soft gray, charcoal gray, dark charcoal gray, black, mustard yellow, and true orange are the colors that I have worked with. This is the black that I have left, and of course I'm going to order 2 more skeins of this. And then I think I'm going to be done with that. I did fix the needles that were the Licca needles that had pulled out. I just used Gorilla Glue, popped them together, and then after it was all dry, took a emery board and got it all nicely undone, so it isn't crunchy on the outside. It works fine. Some people contacted me and said, why don't you just contact them? The person I bought it from is in a different state. I know that it's not that big a deal for me to use the super glue and have it in there. If it gets any worse, I'll go ahead and ask for help, but right now it's fine. I do, however, have an issue with a lot of my hand knit socks. And that issue is they have holes. And so I am going to have to
I need a metal hanger.
right inside that box in there, there's a metal hanger. I am going to have to pick up stitches, and I'm going to have to graft. Now, about 4 months ago, I ordered that little kit online that had it's this little contraption that does weaving. I don't know that I need to do it on this, and I'm not sure what's going on in my house that I am ripping my socks, because I do wear my socks inside, so I don't know. But these are a pair that Lori had made me. They are my most favorite pair of socks to just throw on and be my slipper socks. They're a little bit thick and I love them. And she did a hung hem on them, and I love these socks. So I'm gonna have to fix them. They're what, 2 years old now? And it got, I mean, that was an actual hole. I can see the stitches that I need to pick up, and I have some gray that I'll be able to darn it with. Normally on socks though, I darn them. And that means I hold them over the top of the trash can and go, oh darn. But my problem with that is I'm not knitting socks at the rate that I used to knit socks. I used to knit at least a pair a month, and I'm no longer doing that. My sister has just asked me if I could knit her a pair of blue socks, and I'm like, I don't have any solid blue in my stash. You'll have to send me some yarn. So we're working on that. So I will be darning these. No, I will be darning those, not darning those. There's a difference. Yes. So I was in a swap with people in my Unsafe Space chat that we talk on Telegram, and we decided to do a swap. I have not sent mine out yet. I'm still waiting for a couple things to come in before it goes out. But my swap partner sent me candies, which we've pretty much, you know, this bag was full. It is what it is. It's Christmas time. She also sent me from Didi Knits, and it is the cutest. It looks like a pink tribble, like what Sarge got. And it's got the kind of stitch markers that I love, which are the round circles with the single bead. So I love that. And this skein of yarn from Sweet Fiber, hand-dyed luxury. It is an 80-20 and 379 meters or 415 yards in Wonderland. And this colorway is so soft, and I don't know if you're going to see it or not. It has the slightest, lightest blue of a winter sky, the pink of a sunset. It's just, it's pretty. It's really pretty. And again, Sweet Fiber out of Canada, I believe. Yes, British Columbia, Canada. And that's just so pretty. So I wanted to say thank you if you're watching, but it will be put to use. Couple of my favorite things this episode. I haven't done this a lot lately, but it is getting into wheel cleaning time and tool cleaning time. And one of my favorite things is wood beams. When it comes to my spinning wheels, and I have quite a few, as you know, wood beams. This one I bought 2008, I want to say. It smells amazing. I still have half a container, so it lasts forever. You use very little. You pull it off, and I mean, you can even use it on your skin. It is that good. It's just wonderful. It is made up of, you want to buff it into your wood. You rub it on, you wait a bit, and you buff in with a soft cloth to a satin finish. Wonderful for all wood, even food-safe surfaces, so like your cutting boards. It contains beeswax, vegetable oil, and essential oils. That's why I didn't mind putting it on my skin. It's 4 ounces. This is out of Goodies Unlimited from Edmond, Oklahoma. I believe they are still making wood beams. It is my favorite wood restorer for my wheels. Of course, I wash with Murphy's wood soap, and then I have fiber on my nose. And then I dry it, of course, let it set, because you don't want to lock in moisture with the oil. So use this after. The other thing, anything that is supposed to move and doesn't, you need to oil. Anything that does move and isn't, we screw it down or use duct tape, right? That's what you do. Well, I was in Menards the other day. We were buying Christmas lights, and I saw this at the checkout stand. This is Super Lube. It is what I use on my PVC wheel, and I'm wondering if it's something I might be able to use on my new sock machine that is plastic. This is a silicone base and PTFE, and I'm not sure if they want DPTFE for the other, but I believe it's just PTFE, but I know I can use this on my my PVC wheel, which is my Babe Pinky, Babe Fiber Arts Pinky. And this is food grade. It is clean, and on plastics, this works better than like motor oil, because motor oil, being petroleum, is, you know, what plastic's made out of. So it can break down. Where this, I can also use it in my woolly winder, to oil that when I need to. I normally use white lithium, but if this is what I have, I love that it comes in a tube with a needle tip to be able to drop it single dropped. And I picked up 2 of these. Super Lube was worth it. Like I said, Murphy's oil, and then the other thing that I use on all of the brass or metal components is I use Brasso. And I didn't bring that out here because Brasso does stink. It's something you want to use outdoors. So normally I don't do my brass and metal works until summertime, when I can do the cleaning outside, not inside. I did pick up this book the other day. I heard about it, had not heard about it before, and I am still going through it. I bought it from, I had to look online and find someplace that sold it. I picked it up from Woven Art Yarn Shop in Lansing, Michigan, and it is called A Spinner's Dozen, where, you know, a baker's dozen is 13, well, a spinner's dozen is 14. This is by Stephanie Gustad, and it is 14 darn useful tools for spinning. And the back of it says, instead of going on to the inside, because I'm not giving a review right now, I'm saying I picked it up, and if you want to look at it, you can. What the heck is a heck? In A Spinner's Dozen, 14 darn useful tools, Stephanie Gustad shines a light on tools for fiber and yarn management that will make your yarn more consistent and spinning more productive. Drawing on her decades-long passion for spinning, she guides you through the what, why, and how of tools she finds invaluable. Using her own hand-drawn illustrations and spinning stories, Stephanie relates the wisdom and practicality of tools that have been used for generations and are still darn useful today. For more than 45 years, Stephanie Gustad has been educating and delighting fiber artists with her classes, articles, illustrations, and books on spinning, dyeing, and weaving. Her legendary knowledge and warmth have earned her a legion of fans and a place in the pantheon of elite fiber art teachers and mentors. She fills her classes and written words with humor, fiber nitty-gritty, and wonderful obscure facts. She loves nothing more than trucking around the country, teaching about fiber, poking into attics for tools, and singing and dancing with her friends. This was published by Ply Magazine out of Kansas City, Missouri. I picked it up for $24, which is the ISBN amount that is listed. I picked this up because in reading Apply Magazine, one of the greats was talking about not knowing about retwisting. So you don't just twist onto your spindle, but you also twist onto something else, which will even your ply, which I've always done. I do weaving bobbins and pull, if I'm doing a large amount of spinning and they have to be even, I pull my by ounces off onto weaving bobbins. And I have the machine that does that and everything. And she said that it was listed in this book, and not only has she heard about it, but she'd never done it, but in reading this book, and I'm like, what's that book? What, you know, I need to have the book. So I went searching online. I found it at the shop in Lansing. It's Woven Arts. And so that the name of it? I think it was Woven Arts. Yep, Woven Art Yarn Shop in Lansing, Michigan. And I picked it up off Shopify, able to pay online and everything. So yeah, I am kind of impressed that a new book has come out on spinning. And you know me, spinning is my zen. So the other thing in cleaning and doing, not only clean your wheels, but clean your woolens. It is winter time, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere. It is time to pull out the sweaters, make sure they're good. So one of the things I have, and it's in my bedroom, I just couldn't locate it because you know how tools go missing. It's just how it is. It's probably on the back of a sweater shelf. Good hiccups. But I have a gleaner. I have both the travel gleaner and the original gleaner. And you can now pick up gleaners at Bed Bath & Beyond if you can't find them at your local yarn store. But Hobby, like I said, had a sweater stone. It's a sweater comb. And I don't know if you can see, but right here, all you do is hold taunt and you pull it back. And just in wearing today, I've had a little bit, and that's all you do, and you pull off your little bits of fluff, what you call pills. Now, a lot of people think that pilled yarn is bad yarn. In other words, it wasn't spun right, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. That is not the case. A sweater that is worn gets felted bits, and that's what the pills are. When you're spinning yarn, you spin it at a certain grist and you spin it at a certain twist, and the little ends are still going to stick out. You're not going to see them, they're not noticeable to the eye, but as they get used, it mooshes, and you know, those little ends pop out. Well, that's what becomes the little felted bits that we consider pills. And so all of this that I have pulled out are the little ends. And as you wear them, your armpits, where you sit in your chair that rubs across the chair at your back at work, under your arms as you're moving and doing. Me putting on a heavier jacket outside is going to give pills here. The softer the yarn, the more you're going to get pills. And that is standard and normal. And that's why you have sweater combs. Now, I would recommend a gleaner or a sweater stone or a sweater comb over those electric ones that have the actual cutters, because this will break off the yarn, the tips of the yarn that is the actual pills. It will break that off without damaging the infrastructure of the yarn, where the cutty ones, the electric ones, the shavers, will at times damage the ends of the yarn, and it will get very thin, and yeah, that's not good. It will break, you'll have to darn things, you'll have to, yeah, hopefully you kept some of that color that you knit it with, that kind of thing. But I always depill before I wash. That way it is a dry, solid surface that I am pulling from. Then I will soak or wash, or however you normally wash that garment. And then if necessary, after it has set and dried, if there are little bits that are left that I have to depill, I will. My way of depilling, you always give attention. You always work in the direction of the yarn. So you're not going to go across niched stitches. You're going to go, and you notice how I'm not going up and down. I'm down and lift off, down and lift off, down and lift off. Now this isn't bad. There isn't a whole ton here. I knew that there wouldn't be, but I'm just showing you that the places that you get it the most are worn spots. And then you have to look at, okay, I have a cashmere sweater and it's doing it because there's a lot of ends on a cashmere because they're very short fibers and you've got a lot in between. How often are you wearing that cashmere sweater? How often are you washing that cashmere sweater? You know, it with yarn, it blooms And then with use, it compacts and then it blooms when you wash it. And then, you know, so it's over and over. So it's letting those ends in and out and in and out. Your sweater stone is your best friend. It is a saver. It is the one that will make your sweaters last longer. I like the Gleaner. This is one I can throw in my purse and use if I see something. For washing, I like the Laundress. I also use Soak. It depends on what I'm washing. I also use Soak for lingerie, slips, nylons. I've really gotten into Snag nylons. If you haven't heard about Snag, they go all the way up to, I think, 8X, and they're a UK site. You can buy in the United States, so they have a US and a UK site, and they are amazing nylons, tights thicker than regular nylons that you can wear under dresses or even under jeans to keep you warm in the wintertime. And they have both wool and regular, and so that's Snag US, which is one of my favorites. I didn't bring those in. I have yellow, I have gray, I have marled gray, you know, just a lot of fun. And I do wear dresses a lot at work, and with boots and things like that. I don't have to wear the heavy leggings if I don't want to. I do have leggings that I can use underneath them, but just the tights are thick enough, and especially the ones that are wool made. I love those. Stocking stuffers and such, of course, stitch markers, little combs like this. Most dry cleaning places have either sweater stones, and that you'll have to brush off, and that's one of the reasons why I started doing my deep pilling before washing, is I then wash that off. But yeah, just it's time to start taking care of your stuff that's been in wash or been in a box since last year. It's come out. Look for moth holes. Hopefully you don't have any. Moths are a bad thing. Mouse holes, anything like that. You want to make sure that when you put your stuff away in the springtime, when it's going away, that it's clean, because they're attracted to the dirt and the smell and things like that. So the laundress that I use, the wool wash from the laundress, is a cedar smell, and I really like it. I am not one. I do not like, in any shape, form, or fashion, the lavender scent that a lot of people put in their woolings. It gives me a headache instantly. I do like some essential oils, but again, I don't put essential oils on my woolens. I will put it on cotton balls and tuck it in a cloth bag so that it can't touch the woolens and things like that. So it just, the stronger the better, the more it keeps pests away. And now's the time to pull them out, get them cleaned again, and get them worn, because it's chilly. It is. And I think the last thing I have to talk about, I think, if not, I'll come back, right? Starbucks. I am not a huge Starbucks supporter, but I went in when Lori was here and I got my normal specialty latte, which is, you can get the bag chai and put it in milk or cream foam, and it makes a latte with the tea bags, because I can't have chai tea anymore that's there regular because of all the sugars and stuff. But while I was there, oh my gosh, we both looked at this and said we have to try this. So they have sweet potato kettle pot chips. I can't eat a whole bag, so half a bag and then half a bag the next day or whenever I have the munchies again. But they are 2 ounces of, they claim one serving, 300 calories. It has sweet potatoes, canola oil, or safflower oil, or sunflower. So if you're allergic, and I know there's a few friends of mine that are allergic to sunflower, and then sea salt, and that's it. There's no sugars, there's no nothing. It's all natural. Not that sugar isn't natural, but Cain and me don't go along. So, these are amazing. These are really amazing. And I was also given a Pizzelle Maker, and I am going to try my hand at making pizzelles. I love aniseed pizzelles, and it takes me back to my childhood. So I know it's been packed full of a lot of things, and Sarge is home and he got to say hi. And yeah, until next time, check your checkbook before starting the high-fibered hive. Bye-bye.